forgot that I believed in de-evolution before I made the video that I made, so it kind of went a different direction. Um, and de-evolution is basically coincide with entropy, decay, believing that everything decays, even the gods decay, and the only thing real is that which leaves the most evidence of being permanent. Um, uh, it has some, and then it also facilitates a lot of the Zachariah Stitchin emerald tablets of Thoth, and the belief that there was a thermonuclear event tens of thousands of years ago having to do with we always put crystallization with everything, and I think the weapons were crystallized. Were it was there was, what I'm saying, like they did something where they shifted the meridians drastically, and it has to do with quantum physics. And they had different technology back then. The buildings were a lot of times built to reflect, to deflect, no, to bounce frequencies off of. So that's why they weren't perfectly shaped pyramids and stuff. And there's something called cymatica, where like you can. It's a book, I think, back in the 80s or 70s. But cymatics is when you form geometrical patterns that are some, like the and every time that you blow the same frequency through a long horn that reverberates a drum. Like they put a cloth over the top of the horn. It's a long horn. You blow underneath it, and it comes up. They put a cloth, and they put sand, and it makes geometric patterns like mandalas. Uh, yeah. Okay. Anyways, I think that with the buildings being designed to bounce frequencies, they were trying to reach pitches to build through cymatics, and that's why they were hermetically sealed, like pyramids that were like not even. There are pyramids that are built with crooked stones, and they fit in perfect, and there's no to like you can't the micron that between them is like way less than a piece of paper. And there was even they didn't even build any of the pieces square, like straight. It is like so I think that without cooking the rocks, and without um, melting them or something, like they were able to what's it called, like with the when you replicate, it's a replication, right? Like we're replicators. Man is like a processor, not a process. He's not a computer. He's like a processor. What is that? What is he like? Why don't you let your kids hang out with bad influences? Because you want them to replicate what they want to replicate when they're um, grown and smart, wise enough, and defensible enough, whatever. We're replicators. There's, therm- excuse me. I get excited. I'm doing one of those times when I start talking too fast. Photo. Can That's when I cannot remember. Um, Parthenogenic replication. And I have other videos. If you can stand some of the things that um, that I talk about, you might be able to find them if I can't direct you. It's when I was talking about soma. I was talking about um, parthenogenic genetic replication. I covered all this before, so but not to the extent that I'm like not interested, and that's being kind of a dick. Like to say, because I could be coming from a different angle. Angle. What? I already speak English. Yada. Dude, I didn't finish my point. This is off in two different directions. I like chaos.